Actually, from the last few Enchantress games I've seen, it's been the Enchant level 2.
Yeah.
And then just keeping 1 point in that Nature's Attendance. I think like starting even 2-1 and then maybe going 2-on-1.
Okay. Sounds pretty standard. It's generally either or, either heal into enchant or impetus into enchant, and then you usually prioritize enchant over impetus, but sometimes you can get that extra point. We'll see what what his read is on the situation. Obviously, on level 3 has a choice to make. Is it impetus or do you want that double duration on the creep? The skill scales insanely well, enchant that is, as do all of Enchantress's skills really. But has still opted for that heal, and he's just trading away non-stop. This is something very few heroes are capable of fighting into, and Ponlo is just non-stop harassing the Tiny as well as Empyrean's Pugna, making it a free lane essentially for Kezu here.
This does not feel great to just be up against a support that could just right-click you away and know that it's got the Nature's Attendance heal to keep up. And first blood coming over mid as Quinn. They talked about the 1v1 matchup, and right now it is 1-0 here for Quinn in the mid lane.
Yeah, I was keeping half an eye on this earlier, and it just looked like Quinn's approach to this lane was, how much can I possibly hit this storm all the time? And eventually it will pay off in a kill. Ponlo is baiting Empyrean here, has the stick charges as well, so not going to be a return kill for him. But yeah, Quinn, I think he went 1-0-1 on level 2. Oh, Flea will have to live up to his namesake and get out of here, and he will. I think this Puck against Storm matchup, what Quinn takes advantage of is that when you go 1-0-1 build, you can just essentially free trade with Storm non-stop. If he ever, I think Milan will be dead here.
Yeah, this time I don't think he gets away from this one, but he did a lot of charges on that stick. And now all of a sudden the Acorn shot comes the other way. He'd started with the Bushwhack to save his life as they were looking for the cookie off the spear. And Milan makes it away.
Yeah, I didn't realize how many stick charges plus Fairy had, and he's rocking that that early Fluffy hat, which is a really big difference maker on some of these squishy early game supports. So, yep, made the difference there. Let's see. So just to finish off on, well, first we're gonna have Ryoya die. And, oh man, he's already having a really rough one. Quinn just bullied him with a 1-0-1 build. He keeps trading into him. When Storm tries to throw a Remnant and then get the return right click, he just phase shifts it every time. And Quinn was just so far ahead on regen and bullied him out of lane. Now, again, right into the open arms of Ponlo with that Warpine Raider. I had to look at that name. Nobody knows that name yet. I'm sure it'll pick up eventually.
Some of them are a mouthful that I just can't remember at times. Meanwhile, Flea going down up top to Yawar. And it is kills all over the place for Quincy Crew, and a 2K lead 5 minutes into the game. This is 3 lanes going their way.
Yeah, by far.
3 lanes winning.
They're crushing them. Every single hero is ahead of their counterpart. Even the 4s and 5s are starting to develop a reasonable lead. The Ench 500 gold ahead as Quincy's Milan will actually take a tumble here. He died to the tower though, so it was a purposeful death to get a refill. However, Yawar's courier dying was not on purpose, and that one actually held some decent value. So a lot of his net worth is unrealized right now.
Go mid, and they're going to try and get another kill on Ryoya. They've got the seed shot coming out of that Warpine Raider, and that will help Quinn finish off the Storm, now dead for the 3rd time already. That is the opposite of the start you want.
Yeah, considering his 3 deaths, Ryoya is actually keeping up pretty well on CS here, but yeah, look at this punish. So Warpine Raider slow, runs at him, denies the rune, and just chased him down the whole way did Ponlo here into the jungle. Did he just flat out soloed him? I thought Quinn was somewhat involved in this, but no. It was Ench all the way.
Wow, Ponlo making Ench look like a carry from the support role.
And bypassing Impetus. Interesting choice. 0-2-2 build. This is pretty, I would say. Sometimes we see it, but Impetus generally considered an insane value point. If nothing else, than for the finisher, when you do have that 6-second cooldown, of course you can't spam it, but you can use it for strong harass or as a kill secure.
That time Ponlo trying to use the courier to get the vision, but unfortunately Empyrean was ready for that and took out his courier before he was able to take away the obs in that area. I wonder if the second point in the Nature's Attendants kind of hints at the fact that they're on Quincy Crew just going to want to run down these towers and run down this team, have that sustained. So even early, yeah, you've got Avalanche toss, sure, you've got the arena, but
It definitely is what it seems like. I think the call that Ponlo makes here is that, okay, I'm hitting level 4 around the timing that we have siege creeps both mid and bot, so I want to maximize the impact of that. And essentially with this extra point in heal, he kept Keza and the siege creep ahead quite a lot longer in that engagement to almost take that tower. So pretty cool cool detail there from Ponlo. I don't think this is something he does every game. Maybe it is.
mid lane again. They've got the Dream Coil down to Ryoya. They'll drop down the Acorn shot, trying to land the Bushwhack with that, but it's off the mark. Won't even matter. Quinn with another kill, a 4th death for the Storm Spirit.
Yeah, this is we were talking about the potential of a surprise upset win here for Simply 2 based. If they're going to get one, it's not with this kind of start against the superior team. Really need the lanes to go better, but Quincy Crew showing why they're one of the top 3 here. Just completely outclassing them in all 3 lanes so far. I think especially honorable mention there to Ponlo with the solo kill on Storm, with this tower secure on him on bot. They might get Kezo's return here with Ryoya coming in.
Try.
He has a lot of mana still.
Tiny, he's not too confident in going after the DK. Have a lot of time until the Nature's Attendants are back up, but they do get Pongo, but they don't get the DK. Like, Kezu's the high priority target in that, whereas now, okay, you get the Ench, but
Yeah.
you've lost your tower and things aren't looking all too great.
That was definitely
overall.
It was definitely a chaseable kill there for the Storm to go on DK. He already used Dragon Tail, so it's a free. He can run him down. Kezu, I think, had 2 stick charges and 500 health, so Ryoya went for the safer kill, but the lower priority one, as you said, and I think in those circumstances, you've got to go big or go home, right? You need a comeback, and this Ench is not going to fuel that enough. You want that bigger bounty that you would have got from the Dragon Knight.
Oh boy. Now there's the Dream Coil coming through. They've got the Tiny leashed up, and well, they'll walk Tiny to his death.
Grab the bounty rune, though.
With the treat at the end.
Silver linings. He got the rune that they were killing him on, but
That's the comeback.
yeah.
That bounty rune right there is the gold they need. It's very tough. Every lane is just falling apart, and I don't know really the game plan when you're getting pressured this heavily, because Quincy Crew, like we said, they just want to keep the foot on the gas and make sure that nothing goes their way.
Oh, if they get this Bushwhack too, are they actually going to kill Rio? I don't
Yeah.
think so, but it's close. 150 and Ollie TP.
He might still get it, Pongo. He was still there. He was looking ready to go onto the Storm, and now they'll slow up the Tiny. They've got the Nature's Attendants again to sustain themselves under the tower and make sure that they can put the pressure on. They don't get the kills, but by having the heal and pushing them away, they're going to get a mid-tier 1.
Yeah, Rally is definitely not staying this way forever, I think. But it stayed this way for weeks, so who knows? But that tower fell very quickly with only 1 set of Rally. Now Ponlo building up a 2nd set into a 3rd soon with the Raze dead, and I wonder if actually wants to try to poke at bottom tier 2. Top lane though.
Arena, 2-man Dream Coil, and there's the Illusory Orb as well as the Jaunt out of the arena. So not trying to put on his best gladiator cosplay. He'd rather be out of the arena instead.
Ponlo is actually going to do exactly that. He is diving behind bot with all of these skeletons, just tanking the tower for now, so not hitting it. Trying to bully away Flea so that Kezu can access this, but there is a siege creep blocking their way right now that's taken quite some time to kill, and it looks like they're not going to try, just cutting the wave and letting Flea defend. Oh, Quinn is being such a nuisance, just really... When Quinn is in his element, he plays this aggressively. Sometimes it gets punished. Not this time, though.
It was a pretty sweet alley-oop from the toss into the spear, but unfortunately they're going to lose the Tiny and a +1 on that Mars. Yeah, Quinn playing out of his gourd at the moment and doing a really good job. It's impressive because you got to think that Quincy Crew is a team right now, especially where it stands, the fact that they had that 1 loss, there's a lot of pressure on them to win out, right? Just to give them that chance to go to the major. Meanwhile, up top, Dragon Tail, Wraithfire Blast, and a 500 HP hit there from Yawar to clean up that Storm. It's definitely, I wonder what the pressure is from Quincy Crew. Like, obviously, they've got a 7K lead. They're working this and rolling really easily at the moment. But the mindset of the team where it's like we can't really drop anything else for the rest of the DPC. It's not similar to other regions like China who have 4 slots to go to the major where you can go 4 and 3 and still make it.
Yeah, I think at this point, you know what the playing field is like. You know this is a series that you're supposed to 2-0 every day of the week, so I mean anyone, and you're going to show up and play your best. Also as a confidence builder, right? You just want to keep up, carry that momentum on into the next hard series they'll have to play against TSM. Ponlo will finally die here. That took forever for them to get done, but they do it eventually. Ponlo with the 0-3-3 build, actually not having a point in untouchable there might have potentially saved him. I don't know if that would have delayed things enough, but yeah, definitely making a lot of space for his team. So yeah, Quincy, this is a series you want to 2-0, you want to look strong, and you want to have that confidence going into the decider against TSM later if you do manage to grab the win today, which for all intents and purposes you should.
Oh, for sure. And they're actually going to find Quinn. They'll look for the Fire Snap Cookie follow-up, but they don't get it. Quinn able to retreat. Now the Blink as well as the Dragon Tail on Ryoya. But nothing following that up next to him. And I was thinking about that next matchup, that TSM Quincy Crew matchup. I'd love to be a fly on the wall for both comms in that one because it's going to be tense.
Yeah, essentially, just to do a little quick recap on the standings in the group right now. So you have TSM and EG. Well, let's watch Curly die first. All right, we're done with that. EG and TSM are both 5 and... That's another kill on Imperium.
Yeah, Milan getting the kill. Hoodwink steal kills all over the place.
Oh, that is not the cookie Flea was going for. He faced the wrong way. I think he'll still get away, though.